even start? So here's the funny part, right? In character, Kitty thinks that Hazel got this because of going off on Lav. So I want to preface by differentiating what OOC I know, what in character I know. Now you have to remember, chat, you guys know way more than the characters because you guys are able to observe every POV. You guys know that it was about the night before when Hazel called the cops because to come to the vault, and therefore it was just completely like chain gang comms that they thought that Little Tugs was getting arrested, so they started shooting the cops, and then they got heat from that. We know OOC that's why, right? So let's get that out of the way. OOC, we know that's why. In character, Kitty wakes up, Kitty finds out from Hazel, hey, I just went off on Lav in front of everybody. He was like telling me, we're good, right? Can we put it past us? And apparently he cursed him out. In my head, I'm like, bro, you already know this man snitched to fucking CG. Like, why would you go off on him again? He's going to snitch to CG. And lo and behold, Hazel was kidnapped and fucking had a train around on him. Sorry. Sorry. But yeah, so that's what in character Kitty thinks happened, is that the reason for this was because of Lav. So today when I saw Lav, I was like, I just walked away. I'm like, I can't, because like, you know, Kitty is gonna just feel so strongly against Lav now because he got like twice now that he's nearly gotten our friend killed. Now, the house stuff. I think it's valid to have fear for safety, but it just shows to Kitty how shitty some of her friends are. I can't expect them to care about people the same way I care about them, but Kitty, with open arms, loved all of the people that we've all been thrown into. Like, the way I see it is, like, once you're in the house, it's like you're saying, hey, this is your safe haven. This is your, you know, this is, like, your little family. Like, we all ride, like, we'll all be there for you. We'll go groceries together. We sleep on the same fucking bed, you know? That's why it hurt so much to hear that their first thought was to kick Hazel. And the way like Max was communicating it with us too, it was just like I was just like, bro, just take away like, this man's been there for you. Like, what? Like, what? Like, it's just so unfair. Just because I feel like if it was anybody else, I don't understand how they've bonded with everybody else but Hazel. Like, first one to pay. Hazel's, you know, people keep saying, oh, they don't even go to the house. Kitty and Hazel are the ones who clean it every day during this storm. We're at the house, we do our little RP, and like off stream, we're doing this. We're RPing in the gworls' house. Like I said, people who want to quickly point the finger that they're never at the house, we don't stream when we're at the house. That's why. It doesn't mean we're not RPing in there. Yesterday we did the same thing. We did it's literally our routine where we're like, all right, let's go clean the panels, let's go clean the butt coin, we do the little fridge thing, and then he hops off, I hop off, we eat breakfast, and we go live for Storm. He goes live specifically, but it's usually every time before he hits live, like we've done our little stint, like our little morning routine. But because nobody sees that, it's like, oh, they don't even go to the house anyways. I'm like, what? Who's been collecting the butt coin? It sucks because before it became, oh, a bunch of strangers that live together, we're gworls first. And he specifically said the people that he cares about. They mentioned his girlfriend, they mentioned Kitty, and they mentioned Yuri. And I'm sorry, if you're in a gang and you're worried about your sisters, why doesn't your gang give a fuck about your sisters? And I don't want to hear this whole chain gang hasn't met his sisters. All of her sisters have been to criminal school. They know her. They know them. Again, the point that Kitty brought was, I would understand if it was Wednesday, right? Now, this is where I would understand a lot better. If it was Wednesday and somebody got hurt and then we're like, guys, we need to think about something. But it's like the day the dude lost his leg, this is what you guys are thinking about is, hey, you don't have a leg, let's kick you out. Like, if you, I would at least have a day. To me, it was just kind of like, wow, where's your humanity? Where's your empathy for what he's going through? That the first thing that you thought of was, hey, maybe you should just like not live with us so that we could save our asses. I was just like, damn, bro, like, damn, like you're hearing this man screaming, wailing, crying, and that's what you thought of? If you gave it like a day and you're just like, bro, I'm really worried about people, like, I would be like, okay, you know what? That's valid. That's so valid. But that's what you guys thought about?
Who is the best racer?
Now, I'll preface, both sides are valid to have worry. I'm more of just like, man, you guys are fucked up friends. That's why I was like, you know what? If Hazel's out, then I'm out. I don't want to be in a house where it's like that. like, what's next? If I was getting targeted, then, oh, Kitty, you're out. We know, the sad part is we know that wouldn't be the story. The sad part is we know if it was me in that situation, the outcome is different. And that's why Kitty has been fighting for things to be fair in the house since day one, but Kitty knows it's not fair. Like, the house is just not fair. People have their favorites, which is fine, but don't be mad at me because I'll call it out. Don't be mad at me because I'll call out you being a yes man. Don't be mad at me that I'm, like, you know, it's like, I don't get it. I understand barely knowing Hazel chat. The point is, you don't kick somebody the same day they just lost their leg. Where's your humanity? That's all I'm calling out. It's like, bro, I'm the one that got name dropped and you see me here crying for him, mourning for him, worrying about him. You know, I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. Let me kick him out. No. Even for someone you never met, you were there hearing him scream and cry. Like, bro, any human would have just been like, fuck. Fuck. Here's the thing. From an RP perspective, it was fine, like, April just venting out her thoughts and her feelings to Max as her best friend. But because, even April's like, why was it even brought up to Eli? Eli knowing and then stirring it is truly what fucked it up. It's okay to have your concerns and be like, fuck, you know, like, what is the worst case scenario? What are we gonna do? That's fine. That's two best friends discussing what's gonna happen. But the fact that Eli nonchalantly just dropped it like, oh, hey, sorry that you're getting kicked out. That's where it just, like, unfortunately, RP has to RP, and we go from there. We just go from, what the fuck? Like, why is this being discussed? So Kitty has to be like, you guys are fucked up as friends. Like, why are you guys even talking about this? Honestly, it was just Eli fucking being surprised Pikachu face and getting tossed into serious RP like, I was just trying to stir. I was just trying to stir. He was literally existing emote. Eli came in the VC last night when we were helping Nostro decompress, and Eli was like, yo, like, he's like, it's not for me, man. And Nostro was apologizing to him like, oh my God, Ellum, I'm so sorry, Ellum. I had to do that to you. It was so funny. And I told him, I was like, hey, Ellum, guess what? That was only a light ult from me. And he's like, what? We full ulted with Bones, but we only light ulted with Ellum. That wasn't even a full alt. He does not know the extent, and that already scarred him. I think he's full of. I think we've officially made Ellum like a full-blown clown man. Who can take Kitty's ult? Nobody really. It fuels Tony and Octo when Kitty ults. Like they have to protect her. Yeah, so it's so that's why I love RP, right? Like people were just being so like people just won't let the RP flow. They thought Kitty thought Kitty was trying to make Bones choose. No, Kitty was just like as soon as Hazel said he was there, she was just like, what the fuck? You have to understand, from Kitty's perspective, this man looks up to Bone. This man looks forward to driving in Spain. This man has a best friend in Spain. This man has been in Spain longer than Kitty. So he should know Hazel longer than me. So for him to be there when this happened to Hazel, I'm just like, what the fuck, Bones? You're my godfather. Like, why are you doing fucked up shit to people that I care about? After she heard Bones' perspective, where he is just like, listen, Chain Gang's my family, which Kitty's gonna be like, that's fucking, like, you know, I remember one day when Redline was your family, you know, like in her head, she's just like, okay, so you're just gonna blindly follow and not have a backbone? Like, she doesn't like that. Like, I don't blindly follow people because I need to know the details. But she understands his perspective. Like, she gets it. After she finally, like, he clarified what was going on and he talked to her, she's just like, okay, that's fine. What I put a stop to was him telling me how a Civ should act. I'm tired. I will tell you guys, chat, stop telling a Civ how they should act. You think Civs can't be pissed off? You think Civs can't have, like, a bad day and shit talk people? You think Civs... Like, bro, you raid rage on... Like, you freaking have road rage on a freeway. Stop telling Civs how they should be fucking act. We're not going to roll over on our belly and just be like, yes, Samasa, torture me more. No. Stop doing that. Civs tell cops. Civs get pissed. Civs have, like, a fucking dark arc and they'll, like, just fucking play their fucking green, like, their emo music and go buy a gun and just shoot people. This happens. That happens. Having an attitude and having a backbone doesn't mean, oh, suddenly some Civs feeling gang. No. What isn't right is that Hazel keeps poking the bear. There's a difference. He can not fuck with CG, but he can't big dick out in public and not expect CG to find out. There's a difference. If you're going to walk around with your chin high and be like, fuck CG, you better back it up, because unfortunately, you know, you kind of solo, my friend. And Kitty has always told him, move in silence, plan in silence, but he just always has to announce everything, what he's gonna do, what he's gonna, like, bro, like, fuck CG, I don't fuck with them. I'm like, bro, what's the point of saying that? Like, you're asking for shit. Like, you know, like, what's the point of saying that? You don't see me going like, fucking, fuck Manor, fuck that. Well, okay, to be fair, I love a lot of the Manor people, so I'll never really say that. I'll just say fuck the person that fucked with me. He legit is a walking death wish. Like, he's just like, hey, I'm right here, come get me. And so now, because of his actions, he's in hot with Octo. He's in hot with a lot of people, because it's like, Hazel, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, at this point, now you're causing other people to be in danger. Get your shit right, you know?